eSIM Studios YouTube and mobile app. The eSIM Studios YouTube channel offers the very best technology news and reviews with in-depth coverage found nowhere else. Hosted by founder and creator, Taylor Bell. He's a really good dude, college educated, and worked inside the industry. He knows what he is talking about. The eSIM Studios mobile app is an experience unlike any other tech app, with an easy-to-use interface view, late-breaking tech news from all over the industry, and so much more. eSIMstudios.app also includes the unlocker. Learn to unlock phones from the professionals for free. The clean and intuitive layout, finding breaking news articles and deals in tech has never been easier. Watch and listen to the eSIM Studios YouTube channel and podcast from within the app. Additional features include easy Gcam download and installation, the Android Flash tool, and sign up for our weekly giveaway drawing. Download the eSIM Studios mobile app at eSIMstudios.app and find us on YouTube by simply searching eSIM Studios.
Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. You got that iPhone 15, I got that phone to nothing. Think you're cool with iOS 18. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. You got that iPhone 15, I got that phone to nothing. Think you're cool with iOS 18. Android had those features back in 2018. Your little Mac M3 CPU is sweet. It can't beat my Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus Pixel have you crying tears. Your little Mac M3 CPU Can't beat like Snapdragon X Elite. iPhone stuck on same design for years. Nothing but the OnePlus breaks will have you cry in tears. You got that iPhone 15. I got that phone to nothing.
Yeah. Woo.
I just need my space right now.
Fresh off the G5 jet, I'm on my way to a brand new kit.
Welcome back, eSIM Studios Podcast Livestream, episode number 138. I want to thank everybody for joining me today on this holiday, July 4th, 2024. So thank you very much. Again, I really appreciate it. We're not gonna stay too long here. I know everybody's got stuff to do, but I wanted to do a little bit earlier the fireworks and stuff like that later this evening. So we got we got some good news here today. We definitely got some good news, right? So we have Apple news. We also have Samsung news, OnePlus news, bunch of cool stuff, right? Is my volume working? I think my earbud's low. Hang on one second. What the hell is going on? Give me a second. StreamYard issues again. I was looking at other StreamYard alternatives earlier today, so I found a couple, but we'll just have to see. I don't know how this is going to work. Let me change my earbuds. Hang on. System audio. Huh. Sounds really low. There we go. Fixed it. Damn StreamYard. Let's see. Let me make sure I can hear. Yeah, I got you. Good. Okay. All systems go. Now, let me turn this down. Sorry, we're work in progress here. Okay, don't want to make it too loud. So, again, appreciate everybody joining today. We have, I think we'll get into the, we'll go right down the list, right? So, let's see. Let's go to eSIMstudios.app. Let me put this little, overlay here. Let me take this banner off. There we go. How about that? That looks cool. Okay, so we have we're gonna jump into eSIMstudios.app. That's where you can find all of your tech news, anything in regards to technology. We got there. Best deals, your news. How do you protect yourself from a SIM swap? All sorts of good stuff, right? Now, I want to let everybody know, if you missed this, you can simply catch the replay here on YouTube. If you're watching this on another platform, and yes, Brian, I promise I'll get Facebook up and running, our Facebook page, and we will be live streaming from there starting next week, right? So probably Sunday or Monday, I think we should be good on Facebook. But We're streaming everywhere else: Twitter, Instagram, other YouTube channels. But if you want to catch the replay, probably you're going to want to come to our eSIM Studios YouTube channel. Just jump on YouTube, search eSIM Studios, will pop right up. Or you can Google eSIM Studios. Our content is completely filled out on Google if you search eSIM Studios. And you can also catch the podcast anywhere you get your podcast. So Apple Podcast, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio app, all that good stuff. We are there. Let me share the screen here, and we'll jump right into it. All right, let's see here. So check this out. We've been going through the specs, right? We basically know what all the specs are going to be. Again, leading up, we're just a couple of days away from the launch of the new Samsung foldables, Z Fold 6, Z Flip 6. Today, the official spec sheet leaked, and we basically have gotten everything right. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse with these specs again, but we will check the official spec sheet that came out. Let's see if I initially missed everything. Yo, the spec sheet that came out was really blurry. I tried to make this better resolution for everybody, but it just really wasn't working. So main thing you need to know is the only thing we didn't know that we know now is basically the weight, right? Like how much it's gonna weigh. All the other specs we've known, right? The Z Fold 6 is gonna have a new design, new body language, new design language. It's gonna have completely flat sides. We've known that for a while. So the Fold 6 is gonna open up to a 7.6 inch tablet, basically. And it's going to have a 6.3 inch when it's closed. It'll have a 6.3 inch cover screen. The Z6 Fold is going to weigh 239 grams, which is way less than last year's Fold 5, which came in at 253 grams. Now, this year's Fold 6, again weighing 239, is actually weighs less than the iPhone 15 Pro Max, which I think is maybe a gram. I think the 15 Pro Max, which is a big phone, I think it's about 240 grams, so essentially the same weight, and it's like double the phone. So it is lighter. It will be noticeably lighter when you hold it in your hand. It's going to be essentially 12 millimeters thick when folded, closed, 5.6 millimeters thick when unfolded, which is pretty damn thin. Let's see. It's going to have a 4,400 mAh battery. It's going to have an improved aluminum frame, so we did not know that until now. Gorilla Glass Victus 2 for added protection, which is still not the best. Samsung put Gorilla Glass armor on this S23 Ultra, and that's the best you can get. Now, one other thing that I noticed, this new Samsung Fold 6 is not going to have the anti-reflective display that Samsung puts on there, all their brand new OLED TVs and on their S23 Ultra. Again, this Fold 6 is not going to have the anti-reflective technology. Let's see. They probably could have done that on the outside, but on the inside, obviously, it's going to have to be foldable. They probably don't have... It's plastic on the inside. It's a plastic display. It has to fold. But I'm talking about on the outside cover, they could have put Gorilla Glass armor on there. Let's see. That's basically it, minus the specs. 8 Gen 3, we've known that for a while. The sensors, we've known that. The camera sensor, we've known for a while. Now, let's get into the Z Flip 6. And it looks like all of the info that we've known already has come out. So this essentially just solidifies all of the leaks and rumors and information that we've put out in regards to these two devices in the past month or two. all seem to be legit. So there's your proof right there. And we didn't get any information on any new information on the watches or the earbuds, but we know what's going to come with that, right? OnePlus Nord. So this is cool. This OnePlus Nord 4. It's the 4th generation OnePlus Nord. This is not the same Nord for everybody watching in America. This is not the same Nord you get in T-Mobile or Metro by T-Mobile, Metro PCS. This is not the same Nord you get at AT&T. This is the international version. This is a very high performing device. However, it costs less than the OnePlus 12. It doesn't have all the top of the line specs that the OnePlus 12 does, because you can get this at a really good price. However, it's almost as good, right? Now, the cool thing about this OnePlus Nord, and I think they're going to launch it globally here next week. Previous years, you could only get it in certain markets, right? Like if you really wanted to get one, you can get one on AliExpress, shipping from China. But they're launching this worldwide, so this should be available, I believe, on Amazon, eBay, even OnePlus's website, I believe. So OnePlus just started teasing a new summer launch event that's going to take place on July 16th. Wow, we have so many launches of new devices just in the next few months, right? We have the Samsung foldable event, right? Oh no, I take that back. We have to start things off, we have the Nothing, or CMF by Nothing Phone 1. It's going to launch in 4 days, or 3 days, 4 days, on July 8th. We're going to have the Samsung foldables, right? Fold 6, Flip 6 launch on July the 10th. We're going to have this new OnePlus Nord launch on July 16th. Let's see, we're going to have the new Pixels launch on August 13th, right? Essentially a month after. Then you're going to have the iPhones. The iPhones launch in September, mid-September. And then there'll be a watered down period where not much happens, right? But then you're going to have the launch of the new Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 in early December, and then late December you're going to have the Xiaomi 15 series, and then you get the new Samsung flagships coming out in early January. So here over the next 3 months, we're going to have a ton of devices come out. Well, this video is pretty cool. Watch this. How cool is that? Now let me show you this OnePlus Nord is really cool, and I want you, when I saw it, it reminded me of the classic device, similar design of one of my favorite phones of all time. I'm gonna scroll down and let you see it, and maybe you can guess what phone it reminds you of. Popular phone, phone line that we all use today that I promote. Let's take a look, right? So what does this look like? Do you know what it looks like? Now, of course, it has flat edges, flat sides. The phone that it reminded me of did not have flat sides. It had rounded sides, but basically the two-tone up here and then the two cameras on the top left. It reminds me, I don't know about you, but it reminds me of the OG Pixel. The very first Pixel had the two-tone on the back. Of course, it had the separate tone. The secondary tone was a upper half tone, such as this. And then it had the two cameras on the top left, right? Was it 2 or 1? I can't remember. Yeah, it had one camera and a flash, right? Damn, they had one camera? But look at this. Two-tone. Well, the 2 dots, right, where the flash and the camera is at, those are kind of small. I thought they were bigger. Those are really small. Damn, it's been forever since I've seen this device. I loved this device. I had the small one and the big one. And I had the blue version, and I had the white version. Freaking badass phone, man. But that's what it reminded me of. Or the Pixel 2, right? Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL had that two-tone on the back right there, as you can tell. So this one does kind of too, right? Now the sensors are obviously bigger physical sensors, but this is really cool. I really like this design. You like that, Brian? Yep. Flagship 12, 12R, and the Open. So I've had the Nord before. Now I had this is the 4th gen of the Nord. I had the Nord 2. Really good device. It's one good thing about about OnePlus is that they're always going to be fast. Now, I've never had the Nord that you buy at T-Mobile. What is it, the N300? I don't do budget phones. I just don't, because I do a lot heavy multitasking, and they just can't keep up, right? Performance-wise. Super laggy, stuttery, choppy. I don't do the budget phones. Now, this is premium mid-tier device. This should be able to keep up with whatever you have going on. More heavy multitasking. These are going to come with heavy RAM, probably 20 gigs of RAM. I think 16 base, and then you can probably add on 8. So you're looking at like 24 gigs of RAM. I don't know. Did I write in here what the CPU is? I don't think we know yet. However, in the past, in these Nord devices, they've had MediaTek CPUs. They had a Dimensity 9000 for the 3 series. So I think what they're going to do, I think they're going to put the new MediaTek Dimensity 13000. Let's see what the new MediaTek, because traditionally, like I said, in this Nord series, all they put is MediaTek. Let's see. I believe best MediaTek CPU. Let's see what it says. This one says the 9200. Is this the latest one? 9000, 9200, 9200 plus. Well, that's in 2021. I want... Let's see what we got here. Here's a MediaTek chip guide. What is the... Now, I don't know if they're going to put the very best MediaTek, but they're going to put a good one in there. Like, it's not going to be a cheap one. 9300 looks like their best one. The 9300 plus. So these chips power several high-end phones in 2024 and are designed to take on the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Now, it's based on a 4nm node, the TSMC design, with a powerful CPU cluster, 4 Cortex X4s, 4 Cortex A720s, an impressive Mali G720. That is impressive. I believe it'll have this. Now it is on a 4nm. I think the very top of the line CPUs, mobile CPUs, are on the 3 nanometer. We went over those yesterday. But nonetheless, this will get you a very high score on benchmark wise, and should be able to handle anything and everything you throw at it. I'm assuming it's going to have one of these, probably the 9200 or 9200 plus, whatever the flagship is. Now, you know what? Was it launched? It says launched globally, but let's see if it's already available on AliExpress in China. Because sometimes what OnePlus will do is they'll actually launch this device in China first. Now, they may give it a different name, and then they'll launch the global version either with the same name or sometimes a modified name. But let's see if it's already available and see what specs it comes with. Because this will be a suitable device for you to get if you want a near flagship experience and not have to pay $1,000 for a phone. Let's see, is it on AliExpress? Nord 3. See, here's Nord 4, but that doesn't look like a Nord 4, does it? So here's what the Nord 3 looked like, right here with the sensors on top of each other. Now the 4, they're side by side. It does not look like they have any for sale. So it looks like they will launch all on the same day. Let's see here. Might be under a different name. It does not look like they're launched quite yet. But as you can tell, look at these prices. Pretty cheap. Now, they're going to be a little more expensive than this because it's going to be a brand new model. But the traditional, look, this OnePlus Nord, you can get it decked out for, oh, look at this. So the Nord 3 has a MediaTek 9000 CPU. See, so that's how I'm guessing the Nord 4 is probably going to have the 9200, which is the next generation of this 9000 series CPU for MediaTek. So it's going to be a very, very good performer. Look at this. The Nord 3 came with a 16 gigs of RAM, 120 hertz display, 80 watt fast charging, all that. 16 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, all that for $392. So I think the Nord 4, brand new out the gate, is probably going to be right around the same price, probably a little over, probably $429, something like that. This one has been on sale. It's not $785. They just say that to make it look enticing. It's always right around $400. So have no fear. If they don't sell this, then they say launching globally, but you might not be able to buy it in the United States. Sometimes they do stay away from the United States with this device because they have the R series here now. But if you're interested, I think this is a perfect device for you to get. If you buy it from AliExpress, you can also elect for them to install the Google Play Store on it, because when you buy from AliExpress, it's obviously a Chinese-based company. I've purchased hundreds of things from AliExpress, never had any issues. But they will install, you will get one with the Google Play Store installed. When they sell these in China, Google Play is not allowed to put their apps in China. So when they're shipping them out of China, when they're shipping them to the US, they'll put the Google Play Store on it for you and Google Play services. So it's just like buying any other phone here in the US, right? I don't know. Let's see what camera sensors. Let's see. Not much on the specs, but trust me, it'll have good specs. This will be an adequate phone to purchase and to be able to perform anything you need there. And check this out, it does have an alert slider on there, like on this OnePlus, right? The alert slider there, love that. Been using this thing. Very, very, very effective way to change volume, vibrate in silent mode. So that's going to launch July 16th. If you're interested in this device, subscribe to the channel. We're going to cover this extensively because this will be a viable option if you want a high performing device and you do not want to pay the traditional $1,000 or what have you for a traditional flagship like a S24 Plus, hell, or even the OnePlus 12, which is I think $700 brand new, S24 Plus $1,000 brand new. You'll be able to get this phone for roughly $450. So a really, really, really good option if you're looking to basically not break the bank but still have a badass phone. And trust me, nobody else. That's why I love these OnePlus phones. Nobody else is going to have the same phone. If you like to have the only thing out, like, right? If you like to have, I was at Walgreens the other day, and I was on my phone, and the clerk was like, "Oh, is that the new OnePlus phone?" I was like, "Yeah, this is the OnePlus 12." And I took the case off, and I was showing him. He was like, "Oh, that's so badass. I've always wanted one." He says, "I had the OnePlus Nord." He has a Nord N200 or something like that. He got free from T-Mobile. But he's like, "Wow, that's so badass." So if you want a phone that people wow over, the OnePlus Nord 4 will be one of those, right? Nobody else will have it, and it's going to be a phenomenal device, I believe. So we'll cover this device. We'll tell you where you can buy it. We'll tell you how much it's going to be. And we'll cover all that for you here at eSIM Studios. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get all notifications whenever. We're going to cover all of these launches, right? We're going to go live as soon as the CMF Phone 1 launches. We're going to attempt to buy it. I don't know how or where. We still don't know if where it's going to be available. The CMF Phone 1 could be released on the developer program that nothing has for U.S. Residents, could not even be sold at all to U.S. residents. But come join us on the 8th of July. We will break down everything for you, let you know if you can buy it and where you can buy it and for how much. And we're going to get one as well. Regardless if they send one to me or not, I'm getting one. Same thing with this Nord. Stay tuned on July 16th. We're going to live stream this. And talk about it, right? Same thing with Galaxy Unpacked event when the Flip 6 Fold 6 comes out. I plan on getting a Flip 6. So come here on July 10th. We will live stream the event, and I want you to tell me, are you getting it? If you're not, why? And if you are, what kind of specs or what pushed you to purchase the device? And all that good stuff. So we always cover phone launches, device launches here at eSIM Studios. We get excited just as y'all do, just as everybody else does, right? I'm a big nerd here when it comes to technology, mobile tech, consumer electronics. Big nerd here. So we get excited for all this stuff. We're going to CES next year in Las Vegas. And eventually, hopefully, get to go to Mobile World Congress, but that's in Spain. But we plan on doing all that stuff and covering everything for y'all. Okay. Now, what do you know? Google Pixel 9 series. Another device that we will be getting here at eSIM Studios. Regardless if they send us one or if they don't, we are going to have one here in studio to test, to do case reviews, camera comparisons, all that good stuff. But as we get closer to launch date, August 13th, again, we're starting to figure out all the specs that are on these devices. And we got word today about some good news. Now, I know it may depend on who you are, right? It may be good news to some people and not so good news to some others. But overall, I think this is good. Now, it just depends on what type of finger you have. And I know that sounds a little weird. Like, what kind of finger I have? What the hell are you talking about? Well, here's the news we got today. So Pixel is changing the fingerprint sensor under the display of the Pixel 9 series. Yes, that's correct. So Google is going to put an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor here in this Pixel 9 series. I think that's good news, and it depends on who you are, because my fingerprint sensor works great on some devices, and some devices it does not. Now, in the past, Google has used an optical fingerprint sensor. Right? There's roughly two types of sensors, under display sensors: ultrasonic and an optical. Google's always used, since they started with under the display fingerprint sensors. And when did they do that? That was the Pixel 6, correct? They've been using optical. Not the best sensor for me personally. It seems like when I use ultrasonic for Samsung, it works a little better than my Pixel. And I think OnePlus has ultrasonic as well. Let me double check. Anyways. Yes, OnePlus 12 ultrasonic. So that's good. So my thumbprint, my fingerprints work a little better with ultrasonic, right? Now, why is this ultrasonic perform a little better? To be completely honest with you, I have no idea why. But it just does. And I know it depends on the way your fingerprint, the grooves, the macroscopic grooves in your fingerprint, it just differs, right? So now the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor is made by Qualcomm, right? So Qualcomm 3D sonic sensors powers the first fingerprint readers on mobile devices. Optical never really worked that well, but I know some people that say the opposite. Some people say their fingerprint sensor works flawlessly on their Pixel, but does not work good on OnePlus or Samsung. It just differs. Now, they're going to equip this ultrasonic fingerprint sensor on all Series 9 models. So it's going to be on the the Pixel 9, Pixel 9 Pro, Pixel 9 Pro XL, Pixel 9 Pro Fold or Fold 2, whatever you want to call it. All these are going to have this new ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. Now, here is a little trick. And if you want to read up on some of the details, I basically just covered my whole article for you just right now. But if you want a little trick, maybe I can make a separate video. But and they aren't getting the Gen 2. So I'm sorry, so they aren't getting Qualcomm 3D Sonic Generation 2. So this will be Qualcomm's latest and greatest fingerprint sensor. So if yours has worked okay or worked good on OnePlus or Samsung, it should work a little bit better on this one. It's all new ultrasonic fingerprint sensor that's going to be in the Pixel, right? So here's the thing. When you do the fingerprint sensor, you want some, if you used to be like myself, right? Or let's say you work outside, your hands are traditionally pretty dirty throughout the day. Let's say you work with your hands. Fingerprint sensors are going to be hard, right? Or you work inside of an office, or if your hands are always dry. However, you most of the time touch your fingerprint sensor is how you're going to want to set it up. So if you're outside, you work with your hands all the time, and you're, show some dirt in your fingerprints, in your on your hands and in your on your fingers. Don't set it up with a completely clean fingerprint, or you can do like me, because you want to set it up the way you're going to use it the most. So like myself, I have multiple fingerprint profiles, right, of the same finger. So I'll do it when my hands are dirty. I'll set up a fingerprint profile. When you just get out the shower and wash your hands and your hands are nice and clean, I set up a fingerprint profile. Or if your hands are dry, like my hands are right now, super dry, set up a fingerprint profile. So in that case, whatever the situation is, whatever the scenario is, whatever part of the day it is, right? Whether you're outside working, your hands are dirty, or you come inside to wash your hands to eat, it's ready to go. Or if you've been inside for a while and your hands get dry, or outside in the sun, your hands get dry, your fingerprint sensor is always going to work. I wish it wasn't like that, but it is what it is. That's how it's worked best for me. And I don't know if that'll work best for you, but if you've had issues with fingerprint sensors, give that a try. Make multiple fingerprint profiles per finger. Per finger. So like I have 3 profiles, 3 scans, independent scans of this one thumb. So whenever I put it on there, no matter the scenario, wet, dry, dirty, clean, it's going to work. So give that a try. Yeah, so that's good news. I mean, again, for me it is at least. Okay, now check this. We got some Apple news here. Watch this. So we got word today that just how powerful the new M5 CPU is from Apple, right? So the M4 chips, hang on one second. Hang on one second. Give me one second. Okay, sorry about that. I just got some info on leaked iPads. iPad Mini 7. I'll put that up on the website here once we're done. Somebody just reached out and I got some info on some. Ironically, right as we were getting into the Apple news, maybe they're watching. I have no idea. But if you are, thank you. We have some industry insiders watch. Yesterday, we had. I don't know if they worked inside the industry, but who was it in the chat yesterday? Somebody had some invaluable information on the manufacturing of these CPUs, and what do you know? We come right back to the manufacturing of CPUs, and we'll do my best. I did my best to get this article just right for everybody. Let's see, where is it? Let me pull this sucker up. All right, so check this out. So, as you know, the M series CPUs from Apple are very, very powerful, right? ARM-based CPUs, Snapdragons, and now all the other manufacturers are trying to keep up. So Apple, designing this for years, released the M1 CPU, blew everybody away, as they continue to do that with each generation, right? So the current best CPU you can get, mobile CPU, is Apple's M4 CPU. Now, it's only available in the iPad Pro, but it is a monster, right? Best performing mobile CPU you can buy, and the battery life's pretty damn good. Now, they're manufacturing this M4 chip to put in MacBooks starting towards the end of this year. So you'll see MacBook Pros, MacBook Airs, all that stuff with the Apple M4 CPU, right? However, we got word today that the next generation, I know the M4 just dropped, the next generation, M5, is set to blow the top off even more. And when we'll get into it here in a second, but it makes me, a little side thought, makes me wonder if we've come a long way roughly in 4 years or 5 years from the M1 to the M5, and even 5 years before that. Like, the processors that are coming out are consistently pretty, much more powerful than previous generation. Year in and year out, every single year. Where are we going to be 5 years from now? 10 years from now? What are the CPUs going to be like? It's going to be pretty amazing, right? But that's just a side thought. So this M5 chip, so it's not even out yet, right? This is their next generation, next year's flagship CPU. But we got word it is so powerful. Not only is it going to power the iPad Pro 2025 and then MacBooks in 2025 next year, it's so powerful, it's also going to power Apple's new AI servers in their data centers. Now, as you know, these data centers are basically the backbone of Google, of Apple, of NVIDIA. The data servers, imagine how big. I was just thinking this last night before I got this news this morning. I was literally thinking about this last night. Do you know how big YouTube data centers are? Because I upload a video and it has to get stored somewhere. The original copy gets stored somewhere at a data center. Now, it's not just one big data center. That YouTube's got multiple locations all around the world. And then when you click on a eSIM Studios YouTube channel and then a video, that video gets played from a server in Germany, right? Or in Singapore. Imagine how big their data centers are. Now, imagine what has to power that, right? What powers that? They have huge, specific designed CPUs that aren't even on the market, right? That are specifically designed for Google and YouTube to just run these data centers. NVIDIA, right? Facebook just did this with their new AI model. They just released their AI model. What is it called? Damn it! I had on the hit in my head a second ago. Anyways, Meta just released, and it's open source now, right? Open source to AI. Now they just released it a couple months ago, but this has been Meta's been developing this for years. Back when GPUs were hard to get. Remember 2-3 years ago when you couldn't get a GPU even if you wanted one, because all the crypto people, all those mining companies, everybody mining crypto in their work office at home, got to have a strong GPU to mine that crypto. Well, they were taking up all the GPUs on the market. This is when Facebook was developing their AI data. Now, Meta was smart, because they said, well, why are we having such a hard time getting these GPUs? Not only that, the prices were exorbitant. It was 4 or 5 times what the market value was per GPU. So Meta, very smart, said, you know what? Let's design our own CPU. Let's design our own GPU. So that's what they did. They invested billions of dollars in essentially designed their own CPU and GPU to run their data centers, specifically for their AI data centers. Well, guess what? Similar thing here. Apple would have to pay an arm and a leg. I don't know what CPUs and GPUs they're using currently to power their data centers, but it's considerably cheaper if you can produce your own CPU and GPU to run these data centers, because you don't have to, you're essentially getting it wholesale. You're the supplier, you manufacture it yourself. It's not like buying it from Intel where they manufacture it, they produce it, and then they upcharge it, and then sell it to you for profit. If you make your own, you don't have, there is no profit in there. You're making it yourself. It comes in on the back end, right? Because you're not spending that money on somebody else's GPU or CPU. Anyways, these M5s, the same M5 chip next year that's going to be in the iPad Pro, the same M5 chip that's going to be in your MacBook next year, is going to power all of Apple's AI data centers. That is amazing. That goes to tell you how powerful these are. Absolutely incredible. And again, y'all know I love to troll Apple. I love to make fun of them. But I am an honest and truthful person. And when credit is due, I will give Apple credit. This is freaking badass. So this is what they're going to do. Now, we'll get into the schematics in a second. But look up here. That's a real. No, I think that's an M4 wafer. This is how we were talking about this, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, when Samsung was having issues manufacturing their 3 nanometer next generation CPU, right? That's why they're looking for possibly MediaTek to supply CPUs for the Samsung Galaxy S23 series on a global level. Obviously here in the States we're getting the Qualcomm 8 Gen 4. But Samsung's having issues manufacturing these wafers, these chips. Now, very interesting, may not know, but that's actually what it looks like when you in the manufacturing process. They call them a wafer, chip, whatever, because it comes out in like a big ass sheet, shaped as an O, just like you see on the screen. That's how they look. So, I forgot what I was getting at, but it's very interesting, this tech, and it's very difficult. I'll just put it that way. So this new Apple M5 chip, new Apple CPU, is going to be based on the TSMC. So TSMC is going to manufacture it like they do with all Apple chips. And it's going to be on their new second generation 3 nanometer node process. They're currently using this second generation 3 nanometer node. Currently, I believe the Pixel 9 series is going to be the first. Correct me if I'm wrong, and if you watch this after we're live, please comment in the section below. And maybe the person that was on here a day or two ago, hopefully will see this and will either confirm what I'm saying. But the very first, so TSMC manufactures all the big boy chips, right? Qualcomm, Apple. Well, they're mass producing and manufacturing Google's new Tensor G5 CPU. Not for the 9. Oh yes, that's correct. I'm sorry, that's where I was wrong. Not for the 9. Not for this one. This one that's coming out in a week or two. I'm talking about next year's Pixel. Right? Next year's Pixel. So that would cross off what I was about to say. I was originally going to say, I think Pixel's coming out. They're going to be the very first device with this new second generation 3 nanometer process by TSMC. That's incorrect. It won't be the first because they're coming out late next year. But TSMC has a new manufacturing process. All right. a second gen that's supposed to yield better performance, right? It's still on 3 nanometer node, meaning the foundation that the chip sits on, the 3 nanometer node, yielding much higher performance. So this new Apple M5 chip is going to be processed and or manufactured with TSMC's second generation 3 nanometer process. That's very good news. Only the best, right? Currently, Apple's AI cloud servers are thought to run on multiple connected M2 Ultra chips. So currently how Apple has their servers set up is on multiple connected M2 Ultra chips. So these CPUs that they're running on is essentially 2 years old. And next year, when they plug in these M5 chips, whoa, that's when everything's going to explode, because it is going to be, even though the M2 chip Ultra right now is a very high performing CPU, the M5 Apple chip is going to blow it away. I can promise you that. So everything gets faster on device. Everything processes quicker when you access the data in the cloud or to the servers. Everything gets done faster, right? Which is good. So whenever the M5, now they're running on M2 Ultra chips. The Apple AI servers currently and data centers are currently on the M2 Ultra chip, right? But those were specifically designed for desktops, right? For the desktop MacBooks. So they're kind of using a specific desktop CPU, the M2 Ultra, in the data centers. Now they're manufacturing this new M5 Apple chip. They're manufacturing it for the intent of running it in computers and data centers, which is good on both ends, right? Because you can manufacture specifics into that CPU. It's not like they have to make stuff work and they got to jerry-rig this and they got to compromise that just to get it to work. Now, it'll be interchangeable, right? Its advanced dual-use design will be seen as a sign that Apple's realizing its plan to vertically integrate its supply chain of AI capabilities across computers, cloud servers, and software into the future. So, next year is a big year when it comes to CPUs. Next year is when Google gets put to the test, because their new Tensor G5 chip is... they want to play with the big boys. Well, let's go. So next year we get to see what Google's got in store for us. Look, we're writing off this Pixel 9 series. I'm just saying, because we're still getting one. But again, pushing all my chips to the center of the table with the Pixel 10 series in their brand new TSMC made CPU. I cannot wait. And then next year you get this Apple M5 chip being introduced to the market. That's supposed to blow everybody out of the water. So, lots of good stuff in technology. I'm very excited, and we're still a year away, and I'm like a kid in a candy store. So, if you love technology, I can guarantee you've found the right spot. eSIM Studios, we love technology as well, and we cover everything. So, actually getting into, I got a couple companies. So we get a lot of sponsor. We get a lot of sponsorship opportunities, I guess I should say. And I politely decline basically 9 out of 10. Just because, for one thing, it may not be a good fit for the channel. Somebody wanted me to what was it? Sponsor kid toys or something. Another one wanted me to promote a kids cartoon. Random stuff. Scented candles and waxes. I'm like, what? Now, that's some of them, right? But I get a lot of obviously technology stuff, and I still politely decline, just because, for one, I don't want to promote a company and or product and or service that I'm not necessarily familiar with, but that I don't have confidence in, right? I want to bring you what I recommend to you, the viewer. I want to make sure I'm comfortable with. And even if I haven't heard them or their product or their company, I'll do my homework and do investigating on the company behind the scenes as much as I can. Okay, where are they located? How many other channels have they sponsored? What are their products? Let me go look up some reviews of their products. Is this good? Is this bad? Because I don't want to present something to you that's basically a crap product, right? Now, I'm not saying the companies that I've politely declined are crap products. I'm just saying it will not be a good fit. That's the easiest way, regardless if it's a good product or bad product, or if it doesn't fit the theme of this channel, what have you, right? But I have been a couple of people reached out, companies that have got me excited. I do want to cover on this channel maybe some more computer stuff, right? Not gaming computers. I don't play games, so you're not going to see me gaming on here. I haven't played games since I was a child, and I'm going to keep it that way. Not dissing you if you are a gamer, that's cool. I just don't do that. But I'm going to get more laptops in here. I do love mini PCs. I absolutely love mini PCs. I had another company reach out 2 days ago for mini PCs and then laptops. Another laptop company reach out, and I would like to incorporate some more PC stuff, also more tablet stuff. Now that the summer's going to come around, I've been relying on live streaming, quite honestly, for the last month or so, but I had a crazy last month. I had a family parent die, and a bunch of other stuff going on. So now that the summer's rolling in, I'm going to do more pre-recorded, uploaded content, right? So we're going to see I got camera comparisons between all these devices. The computers we get in, I'm going to do full reviews, pre-recorded reviews, edited reviews. Now, that reminds me. I've also denied and declined sponsorship deals because, for one, they wanted me to read off of a script that they wrote. I don't do that. And also, the other one that I politely declined, they weren't going to write a script for me to read, but I had to send them the video that I record of the review and everything. I could not post the final product. I had to, whenever I get my video done, right? Let's say just making an example. Let's say this connector, this Type-C connector. Just an example. Let's say they reached out and had me review this. So I make my video about this and, say what it does good, what it does bad, and all that good stuff. And I edit it, put an intro, little background music, what have you. That I would have to send them the video so they can approve it and edit it themselves. And then they would send it back to me, then I upload it. I'm not doing that. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm not doing any of that, right? So, you saw through their snare. Yeah, there's a lot of, and to be honest with you, Brian, that's why I started this channel. Look, I'm not saying that there's all the other tech channels are no good, because there's a lot of good channels out there. I'm just saying that a lot of videos that you watch aren't, I'm not going to say truthful, but there's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes before you see the final product, right? And I did a report, I think 3 or 4 months ago, where 87% of videos that were technically sponsored videos were not listed as a sponsored video. So when you're a YouTuber and you have, even if somebody sends something to you for free to review, even if it's free, you have to put, you have to label behind the scenes. I got to go into YouTube Studio and select sponsored content, whether they pay you or it's free. Well, 87% of YouTubers aren't doing that. So that tells you that, they're wanting it to look like a real review when it's really not, right? So I don't read off of a script. I don't have other companies edit my videos, or I not sending out videos that have to get approved from somebody to upload it. No, I'm not doing that here. I'm just giving you my honest opinion, and it is what it is. And if companies want to jump on, like Efani down here, these guys were great, man. I only work with companies that I have confidence in and believe in their products, right? Or use their products. So it's just interesting. And I think last month we went through on a live stream. We went through some of my emails. Now I didn't expose any email addresses or any like confidential information, but I was just showing y'all how many freaking emails I get per day of just random stuff. People want me to sponsor, and I just politely decline. Say thank you, but no thank you. That's basically it. That's all you have to say. And then some are interesting. There was one that wanted to give me. Oh, and there's some you got to watch out. There is a clever hacker or hackers that have been hitting up these YouTubers. I think they attempted to get me. And now this has no relation to that, but I've been asked to promote a exercise bike company. Exercise bike. What? Like, how does it fit into this channel? Like, but so here's the deal. So I got to be extra careful because there's hackers out there. Have y'all seen that Elon Musk Tesla live stream? Sometimes you'll be scrolling on YouTube. They've kind of died down a bit because I think those guys got shut down. But every now and then, if you scroll through YouTube and you see like a Tesla live stream, and it's Elon Musk on stage talking about Tesla, but then it says on the bottom, they want you. He's like some Bitcoin crypto special, where if you send Tesla any amount of Bitcoin, they'll send you back double that within 24 hours. Well, it's obviously a scam. You send the guys your Bitcoin, and you don't get any in return. Now, what they do is they pretend to be a advertiser, a sponsor. So they'll send out YouTubers emails saying, "Hey, we have this really good product. I think it'll fit your channel. Blah 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 blah." And they actually communicate with the YouTubers, and when the YouTuber agrees, yeah, sure, I'll do it. What these guys do is they'll send the YouTuber a PDF. Now, to say, look over this PDF of the terms and conditions, how much we're going to pay you, and then sign it at the bottom, a digital signature. Well, that PDF file is a virus, and it's so good it gets past. You know how when you can scan files on your Windows or MacBook, you can scan it, right? It'll scan the file and let you know, hey, this is safe, hey, this is not safe. It would pass through, and your computer would tell you it's safe. As soon as you open it up, they got you. And what they do is they get your cookies in your browser. So that's how they get into your YouTube account or Gmail account. And then they get into your Gmail because they have all your credentials saved in the cookies. And then that's how they get into your YouTube channel. Once they get into your YouTube channel, they change the password. They change everything, all the content. They delete all your videos. And then what they do is they upload this stupid Elon Musk Tesla video. So, and then that's how they get you to that stupid Bitcoin thing. Now, I haven't seen it. I saw one. It was real popular maybe 10 months ago. I think I did see one maybe a month ago. So if they get me, you'll say, oh, eSIM Studios is live streaming. Let me click on it. Boom. And it's a Tesla video, or it's and sometimes they'll even change the icon. So they'll get rid of eSIM Studios and they'll just put Tesla on there. Yes, they almost look real. I know. I've had to, when I first stumbled upon this, I was like, oh shit, Tesla's live streaming and Elon Musk is on stage. I even watched for a while. I was watching it or listening to it in the background while I was working on the computer. And then it dawned on me probably 10 minutes into the video. He was talking about a car that was going to be released that was already released. And I was like, wait, this is a live stream? I did a little more digging into it. And I was like, what does it say? Donate Bitcoin and you get double that back in 24 hours. That sounds like a scam. So, I think that's kind of getting phased out, but you got to be very careful. Another reason why I don't say yes to too many things. Now, I don't open PDF files, and I don't give out bank information, because there's been people wanting, oh, we'll send you paying me for a sponsorship. Well, what's your bank account info? What's your routing number? What's all this? What's all that? Really? Just got to be smart. And just, it is what it is when you get a little bigger. So, but it's all good. I just have to keep in mind that I'm doing this. It's not necessarily for the money. It's not to get popular. I'm actually a very quiet person in real life. It's not about me. I just love tech, and I just want to share some knowledge that I have of the industry. I'm not the smartest person alive, but I do know more than the average person, and I just want to share, right? Share the knowledge, share the news, share this cool technology that we all love. So you can be more informed about the technology in and around where you live and the rest of the world. So that is all. Let's see. Is there any more news going on here? Let's see. You know what? Happy 4th of July to you. You always catch us on the back end, man. But let me show you what we went over real quick. We're not going to do a whole new. Let me just show you real fast. Oh, while I'm thinking about it too, let me email you your tracking number. Hang on. Let me show you what we went over real quick. So Apple's got this new M5 chip. They have the M4 that they just put out. Well, now they're developing this M5, and it's going to be not only in all the MacBooks next year, but it's also going to power their AI data centers all across the world. That's how powerful it's going to be. It's not one M5 chip, but it's going to, each data center, they're going to have a whole bunch of M5 CPUs running these data centers. And on the Android front, we got the final spec sheet, the full spec sheet that was released with the Z Fold 6, Z Flip 6. The new OnePlus Nord is coming out pretty soon. Looks badass. Got that info. Pixel 9 series switching from an optical fingerprint sensor to a ultrasonic fingerprint sensor for this upcoming Pixel 9 series. And it looks cool, man. Like, I don't like pink, but that color looks, that design looks so cool. Now, let me do something real quick. Damn, you still can't get this? Still not for sale, huh? Oh, that's not good. What about that Acer? It's supposed to be out now. I think it's Acer 14AI. Is it for sale? $2,100. Holy shit. What? Oh, this is Australia. Is it for sale now, or is it still not for sale? I guess not. So I guess in Australia it's still it's for sale, but not here. Wow. Still looking for a good laptop. I think I have it narrowed down. I think I have it narrowed down. Still looking for a good laptop, but we'll have to see. I don't think there's any more news. Let me go hit up. Oh, y'all want to see the RSS feed that I get for news? Let me see if I can share this. Damn it, I can't share it. So here's a RSS feed that I compiled, customized for myself, where I can get news, where I can pull news from. I'm trying to see, let me refresh this and see if there's any new information. I don't see any. Well, let me get out of here. I think what I'm going to add to our website. I'm going to end this so I can work on the website. What I'm going to add is a section to buy stuff, right? So we have our giveaways, which we'll continue to do. But I'm going to put a section on there, a for sale section. Now, I'm working on a bigger project that's probably not going to be ready to release until next year. That's going to be like an OfferUp competitor before it went bad. A marketplace where you can sign up and sell stuff and people can buy stuff, right? Working on that. But I'm going to put a for sale on my site because I have a lot of electronics here that I'm probably going to put for sale. That's for a cheap price. Anyways, and we'll just continue to do giveaways and stuff. But I think of like for phones that I have that I just don't use, possibly even computers, right? That I just don't use. I'll either put them in giveaways or put them up for sale for relatively under market value. But I got stuff to do, guys. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. I'm sending you that has a lower currency value than we do. Oh wow. Damn. So that Acer computer that Acer 14 AI with the Xe Elite is gonna be what, like 2,500, something like that? Golly, that's crazy. I've been waiting to buy one because I'm just not sure if they're worth getting. Watching some reviews, but that's insane. You can get, I think the best one to get, in my opinion, is probably the Lenovo. The Lenovo Yoga 7X or something. I think you can get one decked out, 32 gigs of RAM, good 2K screen for like $1,200. Half the price of that Acer, right? And Acer is supposed to be a inexpensive brand. Remember when they came out 10 or probably longer than that, but as of like 10 years ago, you can get a similar spec'd out laptop for 30% less than all the other name brands. And that's doesn't look like it's the case, at least when it comes to that. I haven't looked at any of their others in a while. Yeah, that's probably true. That is probably true. Did it say when that's supposed to come out? I thought it said it was the end of June or July. Because that was one of the ones that I was thinking about getting, but it's probably not going to say here. Let's see. Doesn't say, does it? Huh. Interesting. Well, I'm going to get something here in the next month or two, so just keep our options open. In fact, I'm going to reply back to that email I got from that one laptop, from that one company. Tell them to bring it on. So, let me get out of here, guys. I'm just blabbling on, so I know it's getting around that time of the day. Fireworks, food, and fun. So, please be safe. Have an enjoyable 4th of July, but please be safe. We all want y'all to come back and talk about tech again tomorrow and the next day. So thank you for joining us on this holiday, and this July 4th. As always, same time, same place tomorrow. Peace out. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Peace.